Hi everyone, thank you for joining us for our Inside Building 10 event. We are so happy you are able to virtually be with us on this adventure. Today we are exploring where your parents work at the largest research hospital in the world, Building 10, the NIH Clinical Center. So, what is Building 10? No, it's not a building with a number 10. Okay, maybe it is. The Clinical Center in Bethesda, Maryland is the largest hospital in America that's dedicated entirely to clinical research. Typically, if you got hurt like a snake bite and needed treatment, you would go to the closest hospital. The Clinical Center is where you would go if you had a rare disease or illness or wanted to enroll in a study. Clinicians or investigators will study the disease or illness using clinical research protocols or studies to hopefully make discoveries into how to either diagnose, treat, or prevent future disease. Right now, most staff are working from home due to the COVID-19 virus. We always screen people who need to come to the clinical center and have done more than 1 million screenings already. All of us need to wear masks while we're here. Now let's go inside and explore. Now on to some history. The hospital opened its doors in 1953. Since then, the clinical center has seen more than 500,000 patients and healthy volunteers. This is important since patients and healthy volunteers are our partners in medical discovery and milestones. In addition to our amazing research partners, we have also had some pretty cool special guests. We've had a number of important visitors, including royalty, the Dalai Lama, movie and TV stars, and many presidents. Lots of other famous people come just to see what we're all about. Most recently, Vice President Kamala Harris came here to get her vaccine shot. Now let's take a look. What happens at the clinical center? All sorts of scientific breakthroughs have happened right in this building. Inside the clinical center, there are hundreds of scientists doing research, trying to cure all sorts of things. If you brush your teeth with fluoride toothpaste or known someone who had a blood transfusion or been treated for leukemia, depression, or skin cancer, then they have been helped by the discoveries at the clinical center. Let's hear more about the scientific research called clinical trials. First, what is a clinical trial? Clinical trials are research studies performed in volunteers and aimed at seeing if a treatment works and is safe. Clinical trials are the main way researchers find out if a new treatment, like a new drug, medical device, or diet, works and is safe. So now that we've gone through clinical trials, how does NIH get volunteers to participate? The NIH has an office that helps researchers get these volunteers. This is called the Office of Patient Recruitment. We spread the word about our studies, and then people call us to see if they can be matched with one. Now that you're a pro on all things clinical center, let's visit some of the people who work here. The Department of Laboratory Medicine has a large, modern laboratory that's as large as a football field filled with fancy testing equipment. About 200 people work here, mostly examining blood samples. It's open all day, every day. The Department of Perioperative Medicine provides the operating room facility and anesthesia department. They have some high-tech machines here, like the Da Vinci robotic surgery system and the intraoperative magnetic resonance imaging suite. The Fab Lab within the Rehabilitation Medicine Department is developing innovative devices such as this wearable exoskeleton to improve walking in children with brain injuries. The Clinical Center Rec Therapy also runs the Animal-Assisted Therapy program, which includes a family of guinea pigs which patients can play with. In addition, for caring for patients, our nurses also play an important role in carrying out our studies. They also collect data, which is very important to researchers. The Nobel Prize is a very prestigious award only given to the most successful researchers in the world. We have a Nobel Prize winner, Dr. Alter, right here in the Clinical Center. Let's ask him a few questions.
Where do you work?
I'm Dr. Harvey Alter. I work in the Department of Transfusion Medicine, also known as the Blood Bank.
How did you find out about your Nobel Prize?
I got a call at 4:15 in the morning, and I assumed the call was a crank caller, so I didn't answer the phone. It rang again in about 10 minutes, and I still didn't answer it, still thinking it was a crank caller, but getting more and more annoyed. Finally, in the third call, I answered and was about to get very angry when the man said, "This is Stockholm calling," and then he notified me that I'd won the prize.
What was the Nobel Prize for?
The prize was for discovering hepatitis C. Hepatitis C is one of 5 different types of hepatitis, all caused by viruses, but every virus is different.
What was your favorite subject in school?
but I think I liked history the best.
Where does one start if you want to be a Nobel Prize winner?
There is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs, but you have to take all the steps beforehand. And mostly you have to be curious, you have to be persistent, have good mentorship, and you have to work hard.
Finally, what is your favorite ice cream flavor?
I think that is mint chocolate chip, and I like it so much that I would return my Nobel Prize for a gallon of mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Now that you met Dr. Alter, let's explore the clinical center. Check out these minerals on display. We got them from our friends at the Smithsonian. They're pretty to look at, but even more important, they're all used in medicine in some way. Who knew? We also have a fish tank. We have a library with sections for children as well as grown-ups. They can check out books and videos and use the internet here. The North Atrium is where patients and visitors typically enter the clinical center. It's open space, plenty of sunlight, and courtyards make it a comfortable gathering place at the heart of the clinical center. We also have a school for children who need to stay at the hospital for a while. The hospital is so large.
How large is it?
We have to send medical samples by tubes and use the Wayfinding app to get around and use underground trains to deliver things. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed our tour. Check out the links on this page. We love working with your parents.
I like working in the clinical center so I can help people move better so they can do what they need to do in their lives.
I like working at the NIH Clinical Center because cool things happen here.
I like working at the NIH Clinical Center because it's a research hospital and they do research protocols from all across the world, and I like being a part of that big experience.
I like the Clinical Center because it's a nice place to work.
What I love about working at the clinical center is meeting so many amazing and different people from all over the world and so many amazing places here in the U.S.
I think this hospital is really special because we get to care for patients in a very unique way, unlike any other hospital.
I like working at the clinical center because I get to test patients' muscles and see how they work and how they move.
What I really love about working here is that here in the blood bank, we get to work with the blood donors who are brave and kind people who take time out of their day to donate blood to help people they don't even know.
What I love about the clinical center is all the great patients we get to take care of.
Take your child to work day trivia. The hospital opened its doors in 1903, 1953, 2053. The hospital opened its doors in 1953. Who was the first patient at the clinical center? Harry Truman, Charles Meredith, and Bill Gates. Who was the first patient at the CC? Charles Meredith. Who is our Nobel Prize winner? Harvey Milk, Paul Harvey, Harvey Alter. Who is our Nobel Prize winner? Harvey Alter. Where is Building 10 located? Bethesda, Buffalo, Bristol. Where is Building 10 located? Bethesda. The largest lab, DLM, at the CC is the size of a football field, Volkswagen Bug, basketball court. The largest lab, DLM, at the CC is the size of a football field. Thanks for playing Take Your Child to Work Day Trivia. Yay!